none more fairy and Glenish than this. Wow.
Yakida! Let's go. Next level unlocked. Absolutely beautiful. The awesome Swallow Falls.
Grandson of Llywelyn the Great.
Seems that we should have bought the kayak a bridge well, as it happened.
Oh, it's a little one. It's far too dangerous. Oh, careful.
Oh God.
Or was it in time?
Anything means forever, ever, or never mind. Oh,
Hi.
This is Kerry.
And this is Kat.
And we are Tea in Valhalla.
Join us today in Snowdonia National Park. We're in the Gwynder Forest area at the moment.
Yes.
And we're going to take you down towards Fairy Glen.
Yeah, the Fairy Glen. It'll be very mystical and magical, and we're walking right alongside the River Conwy.
The raging River Conwy this morning.
It is perfect time to see this beautiful gorge that runs right through Betws-y-Coed. So we're going to go through there and hopefully get to Swallow Falls as well.
Up towards Swallow Falls, yep. We're alongside the A5 at the moment. We found some free roadside parking, although there are various little nooks and parking places available, cafes and such, offering you X amount of pounds to spend the day there.
Yeah.
So let's get moving. It's absolutely sublime this morning. We've got all the wet weather gear with us today.
Yeah.
Again, a bit of a washout, unfortunately, the forecast. You can't help that.
No.
All you can do is be as prepared as you can.
No, and it is just so verdant and autumny and beautiful that we couldn't not come out regardless. Quite a safe path so far. It's looked really nice, it's very clear, and we can see all the gorge dropping down below us. So
yeah, very excited. I'm going to be on full fungi finding mode as well. It's this time of year at the moment. Explore some of the other beauties and wonders that Snowdonia has to offer, because there's so much more to Snowdonia than obviously its fantastic mountain ranges.
So we can just see the Conwy River running down through the gorge there. Overnight rain's been so heavy that you can actually see all the sediment within the water. I mean, it's almost brown. It is an angry river today, but it does make for beautiful waterfalls. This whole area is stunning, worth every step. Just noticed all the acorns are starting to fall. I love seeing the acorns. I've got a bit of a passion, but I can't. It's a real start to autumn for me once I see those drop in. And of course, out of each small acorn, mighty oaks grow, just like me. Oy. Something that's always firmly in our wet weather gear are our mountain equipment jackets.
Yes.
One day I'll do a proper review on them, but just to let you know that we've had them a few years now, and they're absolutely solid, aren't they?
Yeah, definitely. They're very easy to maintain as well.
You must wash them.
Yeah.
In there, you know, use the reproofing
Nick
wash.
wax.
You know, every time we do, they come out like new.
Feel confident going out in these. We did learn the hard way.
Yeah.
We had a few different jackets over the years, and we decided one day after a particularly soggy walk, I think it was in Exmoor actually,
It was terrible.
that we were going to bite the bullet.
Yeah, I was
and
shivering.
pay the extra pennies for some sort of more top range sort of kit.
Yes, I mean they were expensive, but we just saved up for them.
Yep.
And yeah, picked them up, and I tell you, I've never looked back. Never had to buy another jacket. I really loved mine.
Heading towards the Fairy Glen at the moment. As we come back out into this open area now, we're sort of getting our big forestry hug at the moment. All the smoke, the mist coming off the forest.
I love that.
After the rain, yeah, it's always a little bit magical, isn't it? Again, adding to the magic of the Fairy Glen. There are multiple ways you can tackle this walk. You can access this via the road. There is a car park, pay and display, just down before you enter the Glen itself. We're going to head down to the riverside first, and then bring you back round through the Fairy Glen.
The Fairy Glen itself passes through private land, and there is a suggestion of an entry fee that you can donate into a honesty box at the gate. Because I thought I would go sort of anti-clockwise go down the riverside walk path, and then along the Fairy Glen and back up towards the gate area. Well, I'll re-meet the path that I want to be on to get into lovely little Betws-y-Coed, where we'll have a nice little poke about, hopefully, walk through, try to walk as much as the river as possible, and then up to Swallow Falls, I'm hoping. It's a bit of a trek on a day like this. Who can refuse it?
Wow.
I know. I just say I don't think I've ever seen the River Conwy like this.
No.
Personally.
Just the colour, the noise.
Yeah. We're a little bit agog because we've never seen it like this. Just to let you know, look at this down here. Lovely picnic benches, great spot for a family to sit, have a picnic.
How absolutely amazing is that? Wow. Kat's just gone on now. Stopped to take a couple of quick photos. I think Kat's taking you on towards the Fairy Glen.
You can see that this is where two rivers are meeting. The Conwy is being joined. Wow, oh my God. I mean, the path still isn't too bad. Obviously it's a little bit limey, a little bit slippery, and obviously there is trip hazards with roots and things. But it isn't dreadful, and lots of stopping spaces for people that need the rest. You know, need to do things a little bit slower. Wow. Even the colour is very odd. There's a strange brightness yet darkness to it. Where's Kerry? Oh, he would love this. I lost him completely. He must have been fascinated by another bit down there.
Have a look at this, guys. Anyone in the comments knows what this is, please let me, because I don't know. Just for size, that's my hand. What a whopper. Look at this down behind me here. Kat's just said I'm going to love this next bit. I'm just in awe so far, to be honest with you.
Stand here a minute.
Oh my God. Wow. Whoa, whoa, whoa. Oh wow.
I was saying that there's like a brightness but a darkness about it. It's odd, isn't it?
It is like a river of tea.
Yeah.
Genuinely.
Oh my God, is that what I'm seeing?
It's a river of tea. Onwards to Fairy Glen Falls. Walking along this gorge here now towards the Fairy Glen Falls. Coming back up. The river's still down next to us here on our right. The noise is just rattling my bones. Love it. Absolutely love it. Wow. Incredible.
So we're down into Fairy Glen proper now. The sort of the bit that everyone takes photos of,
Yes.
isn't it? Very, very pretty. Oh yeah.
Jeez.
I think usually you can see the falls and the rapids area a bit more clear than this, because normally you can hop out amongst the rocks and you can get out a bit further, almost central to that bit of water there. But obviously that's not possible today. But still we can see the rush of water through there, and it genuinely is a proper fairy glen. There's obviously a few fairy glens within the UK, but none more fairy and glenish than this. was beyond breathtaking. Really worth seeing. Very special. Okay, so we're making our way back up now. We need to rejoin the path we were on, and then a nice walk into Betws-y-Coed. Lots to see there, a lovely little village. Its name translates into prayer house in the woods. Always quite a beautiful thing about the Welsh language. It's very descriptive.
So we're just leaving Ferry Glen now, heading towards Betws-y-Coed.
Do you think that's what an angry fairy might look like?
I think that is probably as angry a fairy as you're likely to come
Livid.
across. Yeah, I don't know what had upset the fairy. Maybe it was angry because it spilt its tea. Who knows?
Well, we would all be livid at that.
So we've just picked up a small section of B road walking. Just come across the most lovely bridge.
Beautiful.
Again, carrying the full force of the waters through it. Leaving behind us now Ferry Glen Gorge. What an absolutely brilliant walk this afternoon. Well worth us waiting out the rain this morning.
So we're still just walking right next to the Conwy River, and the Conwy Falls have been impassable to trout and salmon when they're on their spawning migration.
Okay.
To assist the spawning and improve the numbers of salmon and trout being able to make their way upstream on the Conwy, a fish pass has been created 20 meters underground, and it leads up through the cliff and allows migrating fish to pass, almost like a step ladder. And actually in 2019 they did record 177 fish being able to pass up. Since the late 19th century they've been trying to create some sort of way to allow the trout and the salmon to migrate.
Love it.
And now they finally cracked the code. They've cracked it.
But those salmon and those salmon that will spawn, they will keep coming back, keep using them.
That's exactly right. They continue to go back to the place they were born to spawn. So that's incredible, isn't it?
Yeah, it really is. And this is a lovely little
Beautiful.
section of the walk now. We're missing the busy A5 along this little B road.
Yeah, and the A5 is actually the other side of the river, but it is very busy.
Captain's log, 5th of the 10th, 2022. The rain is back.
It is.
Kerry's hood is up, and Kat's waterproof trousers are about to go on.
I need them. I worry.
Set phasers to stun.
Set pants to dry. So I just turned off from the little B road following the slate trail sign, and then hopefully we'll get down to the beautiful old bridge spans across the entrance of Betws-y-Coed. So the Conwy River itself stretches for about 55 kilometres, obviously ends up at Conwy itself and then flows into the Irish Sea. Just backtracking a little bit because Kerry wants to go and have a look at the Waterloo Bridge. He's been very intrigued by it. We often use the road that goes over it, and he sort of sees glimpses, so he wants to be able to see it a bit closer.
Oh, I love it. So this archway was constructed in the same year as the Battle of Waterloo was fought.
Better look at the bridge from down here. Oh, the trees kind of get in the way. 1815.
Oh, wow.
And you've got the rose, the thistles, more roses I think, and the leek.
All the times we've driven over it, I'm glad that finally we've been able to stop and have a look at it properly up close.
I know, I said you've been really intrigued. Every time we go over it, you're like,
Ooh,
what's that bridge all about?
Yeah.
Going to make our way back through this little area and then back into Betws-y-Coed, which has lots of lovely things to look at. Come with us! Oh, it's raining again.
Betws-y-Coed is one of those quintessentially Snowdonian villages. It's got a little bit of everything, hasn't it?
Fantastic. It's one of the best bases, Snowdonia,
Yeah.
I think, if you're a tourist.
Got camping shop, hiking supply shops.
Yeah.
You've got restaurants, B&Bs.
Hotels everywhere. It's
Yeah.
really nice. Lots of car parking, coffee shops.
Yeah,
Just, you know,
beautiful.
it is, and they're very welcoming, warm people as well.
There's a golf club apparently too.
Oh, is
Who'd
it?
have known it?
The church that we're heading to is actually Betws-y-Coed's oldest building. It's a 14th century church, and it's got a nice little treat inside. Yes.
You can only gain access to the church via access to the key. So you need to find the person in the village with the key. Such an amazing old building.
So we've just discovered where the key is kept, and that is at this railway museum. Conwy Valley Railway. Oh, okay. Oh, it's a little one. Oh, cute. That's off to the castle.
So we've just collected the key. You had to sign it in and out through the lovely shop and the wonderful keeper in there. What a cool looking key as well. As far as keys go, could it be any more RPG than this? Let's go. Next level unlocked. It's open 4 turns clockwise.
Oh, can we get treasure out of this? Oh!
Oh wow.
No, it's tiny. Oh. Is this the font? Wow. Oh, it's beautiful. Oh, it's so tiny. It's such a wee little thing. So here is Rathed, son of Dafed the Red. Wow. Believed to be the grandson of Llywelyn the Great between 1200 and 1240. However, the ancestry is uncertain. Such an important piece of history. So this knight obviously was an extremely important and must have been influential person. Believed to be the foreman of the jury, and he fought at the Battle of Pontiers in 1356 under the Black Prince, son of King Edward III.
The communion table here in front of us dates from the 17th century and is believed to have come from the Friars' School of Bagma. 2 wooden wall panels of unknown date to contain the words of the Lord's Prayer and the Apostles' Creed in Welsh.
This probably already was a prayer house situated where the church is now, long before this 14th century church. That's why Betws-y-Coed, literal translation into English, is prayer house in the woods.
So as we come through the heart of Betws-y-Coed, leaving the lovely church of St Michael's behind us, we're just coming through the main park here. I must say, it is beautiful. Little football field, lots of benches. There's a Snowdonian information centre over here as well, so if you wanted to get your facts right and check out what's in the area, bingo bango, Bob's your uncle. We've just come over that main bridge. It's a photographer's dream there. Lots of top photography setups. We come past Cunningham's, another walking shop, and a pay and display parking area. So we're going to take you off now into the forestry trail. We needed to be on the left-hand side of the river as we take you up towards Swallow Falls.
Yes, because it's free on this side. You can be on the other side and pay, but I won't.
We will not pay. A great area down here as well. You'll see it often photographed. Very Instagrammable area. This bridge is iconic in its own right. I'm going to try and get you down there for a little closer look now. So we're just following this wonderful wooden walkway through the forest here. A really fun and accessible walkway through the forest here alongside the river. Brilliant for families and people of mixed abilities. Little seating areas and things here, look. Oh, great, isn't it? Oh. We still haven't stopped for our first cup of tea of the day yet, have we?
No, it's criminal, isn't it?
So we will have to find somewhere to park bums and scratch that tea itch at some point. It's been on and off various parts of the Snowdonia Slate Trail. It's one of the superb long distance trails going through Snowdonia. The sun breaks through the canopy now of this forest. Still feel like the fairies are following us up through Betws-y and onto Swallow Falls. Seems that we should have bought the kayak for this bit. That's a bit of a problem.
We're just having to make a slight detour because the path is actually through that water. So we've walked along the top here. Hope to come down in a spot where water isn't. We'll soon find out, I'm sure.
They look like a few walkers have done the same as us back there. The one bit of waterproof equipment we didn't bring was snorkels and flippers. But here we go, back on the path now. So all the details of today's walk will be down in the description, which Kat put together for us all, so thank you very much. Give that a look out if you're interested to find out where we parked, how long it all took, and some of the history of the trail that we've walked today as well, some of the bits we've seen. It's been an absolute beauty. We're not finished yet, are we?
No way!
Still hoping to show you Swallow Falls shortly and share a cup of tea with you. As we leave the river behind us now, we're just pulling up this steep incline into the forest. Bit of a change of scenery again.
Yeah, nice.
This walk really has had a little bit of everything.
Yeah, it really has.
Look at this behind us now. Spectacular. I should be putting 50p in the pot every time I say
Spectacular.
amazing or spectacular. Just spotted some yellow staghorn. This is a jelly fungus. Bright yellow, vivid colours, stand out a mile away.
Okay. So we've met the road and we're going to follow this down for just a little bit and then we'll cut back in to walk along the river again.
So we're just turning off here on the left. We drop back down into the gorge now, still heading on towards Swallow Falls, and the rain's come back to join her. Huzzah! You can normally hear the crash of a waterfall before you see it. Be interesting to see whether Swallow Falls is louder than the current rivers, because they are crashing and booming as they have been all day today. So hopefully we're not a million miles away. And then we will be following most of this track on the way back as well, won't we?
Yeah, I think it's the only way.
Good.
Oh, careful!
Oh god, slippery. Certainly getting louder as we come down into this valley. Lots of mini falls and things around us. A bridge twirl, as it happened. So we're definitely getting closer now. There'll be one more little drop down, I think, and then we'll potentially be at the awesome Swallow Falls.
The original name for this was foamy rather than Swallow Falls, but it sounds very similar in English. The Welsh word for foamy sounds like swallow, and that's where the interpretation got twisted. But it's extremely foamy today. I think the Welsh got it right here.
I think we're actually in the midst of it at the moment as well. There's a viewing point here along our trail,
Yeah.
where we'll probably stop and have a cup of tea now as well.
See that the mist is around me.
Amazing. Isn't it magical?
And that sun has just broken through.
Wow. Couldn't have timed this any better.
There is a viewing platform on the other side of the river, but it's chargeable, so I'm not doing that. We're on this side, and I'll tell you, this view...
So that is one of the most, if not the most impressive waterfall I've ever seen.
It is incredible, yeah. Obviously, like we said, there has been a lot of rain, so it's unusually full, but wow, it's
see why it's called Foamy Falls, can't you? You can see where its name comes from. So we're going to stop here a minute, grab ourselves a beverage and soak up some of the ambiance.
A beverage!
Yakida! We've just finished our tea stop. Glorious place, one of our favourite ever tea stops, I go as far as to say.
This is unbeatable, I'm telling you now, I'm laying it down.
Yeah, easy to see why this is one of Snowdonia's most popular tourist destinations.
For sure.
Some mind-boggling stats behind these waterfalls, and from here you can see them for free. We've had a great walk today. I think we're actually going to just pretty much follow the same path back. All the details for today's walk will be down in the description, so don't forget to check those out. Click that thumbs up button.
Click.
Drop us a little comment down below.
Tick it on, please.
If you haven't already, please consider subscribing.
You better do.
Don't forget to hit that bell notification so you know when we upload new videos. Until our next adventure, stay safe and well.
Keep enjoying those green spaces. Take care.
Bye everyone.